Okay, thanks for rejoining us here in the second part of this battle series against Coltz. And last video, you remember we left off, I brought in Gyroman into Steelix, wanting the flamethrower, and this thing with a magician's hat got brought in instead. So now I'm not sure what to do. Earthquake would be what I would want to do if it would hit. Obviously it does not. Meteor is probably not going to do too much. And can, obviously getting locked into the meteor against something that's not going to die from it is not that beneficial. And Outrage would just get Steelix brought in. So I went with Flamethrower. He turns out to be faster since he scarfs as well. And hits me with Hidden Power, which apparently isn't ice. I think he thought it was because he was sad that it wasn't, that my Flygon didn't die there. So maybe it was fighting. I don't know. That's common on him. Anyway, he switches out. And I know I gotta switch out too, because that flamethrower was dealing absolute garbage. So he goes out to Typhlosion, and this thing, I always assume it's scarfed, even if it's not. It's funny that I've only seen one scarfed Typhlosion, but I think they're all scarfed. So anyway, I don't want to lower my defenses, and I don't want to set up, and obviously Shadow Sneak's kind of stupid right there. So I went with Psycho Cut, try to get a crit or something maybe, who knows. Unfortunately Steelix takes pretty much nothing from Psycho Cut. I guess Close Combat would have been a little bit better there. And I switch out to Coleman to take the Toxic. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned this in the previous video, but this is actually a guy I've had for several months, but I could never get an Explosion TM until Heart Gold, so he's got Explosion now, so now I can use him. Anyway, I'm not that threatened by him, as that Stone Edge earlier in the previous video didn't do that much, maybe 25%. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up some spikes. I figure we're switching a lot. That's going to be really important to get set up, even though he's got this guy who is immune to them, obviously. Now I'm fearing the T-Bolt mainly, but it can also be anything. I don't know what kind of hidden power that was. Could just use Shadow Ball for stab. And I end up predicting the Shadow Ball for stab, because if I get this wrong, it's going to put me in a big hole. So I go out to Hardman, which I think this is the first video, or no, well, I think this may be the first video that I've uploaded, but there will be previous ones that have him in it. It's not his first battle. I think it is this one's first battle, though. I have 3. So he takes under 50% from Shadow Ball, just like I planned. And actually, well, I didn't know how much I would take, but I was pretty sure with the resist it would be a 2-hit KO. I think this guy scarfs as well, so I gotta get this prediction right. And I do get it right. Unfortunately, Fire Punch still doesn't deal that much to Steelix. Clearly fearing the Earthquake now. And I'm going to go ahead and jet out to Gyroman as he sets up a Stealth Rock, which doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't bother me that much. I've got one flyer on the team in Larkman, but it's not going to affect me that much. I don't have any Sashers or anything like that. And I do have some Rapid Spin I can use in the form of Cloyster. So, on this move, I didn't know if I wanted a Flamethrower or Earthquake or what, and I went with Outrage, predicting him to switch. So, because obviously Earthquake would have been better if he had switched to Typhlosion, and Flamethrower would have been better if he had switched to Mismagius. So I just went with Outrage to hit either switch in, and he didn't switch, and he just blew up. So, that was kind of a key play, I guess, or at least he said it was a key play for him, so I guess it was, because my Flygon, I love him. Like, he's one of my favorite guys now. So, based on its name, Retard Set, I'm going to assume this is some kind of retarded set, obviously. I get my Flame Orb activated at 19 HP, and I thought Burn was going to kill me there, but like I said, I haven't used Larkman that much, so it didn't kill me. I was like, sweet! So I predict a Sucker Punch or something, some kind of priority move. I'm thinking about who to go to. If it's a Bullet Punch, Aggron's better. If it's Mach Punch, I think the guy I go to is better. Yeah, obviously, because I'd be completely immune to it. And he Sucker Punches instead, so that's fantastic. I can't really hit him. This is my non-nasty plot one that I've got. I should have set up a sub, probably would have been the best thing there, but he knocked off anyway. So, I think that knockoff probably would have broken my sub. I guess he's got Limber as he's not losing HP. Or, what does Reckless even do? I don't know. Anyway, I get my stuff knocked off, and I try to Rapid Spin. I figured this is probably my best chance to rapid spin, and he makes the right move. He goes out to his ghost. So now I'm pretty much just content to let Coldman die. Unfortunately, that means that Swallow is going to be death fodder later, but as you'll see, he ends up being absolutely crucial death fodder toward the outcome of this match. And I get some damage on there. And I figure I can threaten the sneak, and I'll probably live whatever he slings at me anyway. So I think I'm going to go ahead and set up an SD, or at least see what he goes to. Or yeah, I actually did do the sneak because I wanted that Magius dead, if at all possible. And looks like Sneak might almost 2-hit KO there. He rapid spins, so that tells me he's got Sucker Punch, Rapid Spin, and Knockoff. I don't know what his last move is, or do I? Anyway, all I know is I'm not that threatened by him. And knocking off my Lumberry is not going to be too big a deal anyway. Oh, I think his other move was Fake Out. Anyway, so I just figure, heck, I'm going to set up 3 SDs if I can, or at least until he switches. And he Sucker Punches, so I get my 3rd SD. I'm pretty happy right now. Unfortunately, Hitmonlee is faster than Gallade. I get hit with a Sucker Punch. But I live it, as I kind of figured I would. As Mega Man, I think, actually has some HP or something EVs. He's got a weird spread that I made before Platinum, way before Platinum came out. I know that. He was one of the first guys I made. So now I got a +6 Mega Man, or Gallade, out here, trying to sweep. And this full HP dude comes in. Obviously those spikes would have really helped there. But he got those rapid spun away, so that was definitely a good play for him. Unfortunately, I leave him at about 20-25% and activate his Pataya. So I go to Magic Man, as I know it's faster, and I can threaten him away with the Shadow Ball, as I know it doesn't Scarf now due to Pataya. He sends out Blue Bunny, which I at first thought was going to be a Lopunny. I was like, oh crap, this is going to do anything. And right there, I thought, oh sweet, that did like a ton of damage, and I got a drop. So I'm like, this is so going to 2-hit KO with that drop. I'm staying in, I don't care. I could burn it, because this one's got Will-O-Wisp. I could set up a sub. I don't know if it wants Aqua Jet. I know it's not CB though, since it's got lefties. And he knocks off my leftovers, which I guess isn't that big a deal. And I didn't kill, and I left him with like almost 20% or some crap. I was like, what? So I guess that was just max damage and then min damage or something like that. I got a critical hit, which was unneeded, so that's fine. Now I know his Scarf's here, so I know I can't stay in, and I've got to go. This is why I go to my Death Fire. This is where this is huge, because I know Hardman's gonna live Shadow Ball unless that's a super effective hidden power. I don't know what kind it is. And now here I know I spend honestly like 10 minutes thinking about this move. I'm expecting Typhlosion to come in, because if it doesn't, then I kill this thing, and then Magic Man kills Typhlosion, and that's game. So I'm thinking I need to do something that's gonna kill Typhlosion if it comes in, and I need to also do something that's gonna kill this thing. So I go with Ice Punch, as I see it's gonna do about 20%. I actually rewound the video and checked that thing's HP, and it leaves it at 1 HP. Are you serious? You can check his video. It was at 1 HP. So I thought about Head Smash there, but I didn't want to miss on. I didn't want to lose on account of Head Smash missing. I would rather take my chances with the with damage variation, and I did take my chances with damage variation, and came back to bite me. So oh well. Flamethrower gets rid of that guy. And now I'm thinking maybe I still have one chance if he wants to do something stupid, as this thing's packing sub. So I'm like, if I can get a sub up on him, then I can Shadow Ball his Magius, finish it off. But I figure I may as well go for it, as otherwise I'm just gonna get. I mean, I can kill this thing, but it's not really gonna be that helpful. Also, what I could have done that would have been super beneficial is, instead of Ice Punch, switch to Magic Man and had this thing against Ghost Chill, which is kind of funny that it's Ghost Chill and it's chilling against a ghost. But if I had, instead of Ice Punch, I also could have switched to Magic Man, but then obviously if he had attacked with his Missy, then Magic Man would have died, and you know, that would have been game 2. So that was definitely the key move, the move that I spent, at least I spent 10 minutes thinking about the move that did decide the match, because yeah, if I had switched to Magic Man, or if I had Head Smashed and it hit, or if the random number generator had been a little bit kinder to me, you know, There were three things I could have, or two things I could have done differently, and one was just luck, which I'm not going to complain about. But yeah, so Mismagius comes in and is going to finish mine off with a Shadow Ball of its own, and that's a good game. That's a fantastic finish. Came down to ultimately skill, even though it looks like luck. So definitely looking forward to some more. That was a 1-0 victory for him, so good job. And check out his version, and I will see you guys around and get some Heart Gold stuff finished. So, later days.